work with good friends. We'll see us in Washington, here in Mexico City. A year from now.
Unfortunately, we didn't make the most out of qualifying, but it's a long race and we'll push. But as you're asking, the car, I've driven faster. Formula 2 was a bit faster, but it's still a very impressive car. It's a bit heavy sometimes, and I think in the 40-lap race it's going to be a long race.
Acclimating himself to the Firestone Indy lights now, lives in Indianapolis, but his helmet has the flag of Zimbabwe. He is the first from Zimbabwe in terms of heritage within his family to race in the Firestone Indy lights. That's Axel Jeffries, who will make his debut here at Mid-Ohio.
Okay, Jake.
All right, guys, we're going to go live in 5, 4. Yeah, we just need Joe. There you go.
Test 1, 2.
Testing.
Testing. Testing.
Joe Ellis Customs, is that the name of the company?
Yes, it is. Joe Ellis.
Listen, that's a very exciting video. How do you live up to how do you live up to your own? How do you live up to your own videos?
Well, I don't live up to a video. You know, we all look up to you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. I sure didn't expect to be in front of a microphone. So. But I'm a local child. I'm a local child here from Los Angeles County. And I went to Normandy Avenue School, Middle School, John Muir, and Crenshaw High School, class of '82. During my high school years, we had a mayor named Mayor Tom Bradley. He allowed us to do a work-study program during our high school years. In our senior year, we were able to do a work-study program, and I just went into the aerospace industry. That's it.
So you went to the aerospace industry. You got into electronics there. Was that the path, or what?
No, you know, most engineers, when they build aircraft, they build it on paper, they design it, they draw it all out, and then they would give it to cats like me to make it come to life. So I work hand in hand with some of the finest engineers in the world.
But how? I mean, what was the background for it? What was the mindset for it?
Make it work. You can never, there's no such thing as I can't.
That's a special kind of a breed, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's only about 25 of us that walk the earth today.
I think that's fantastic. You know, in a moment, we're going to go live with Chris Miles, who I believe you know.
Oh, who doesn't know Chris Miles? Yeah.
And his group, Starting Grid.
Yes, sir.
I did a commercial for them years ago when I can't even do the voice, Starting Grid. Starting Grid Racing out of Indianapolis. They're running an Indy car now with an exciting driver. Axel Jeffries, a young fellow out of Zimbabwe. What do you think of the racing world and the custom world? How do they cross?
Well, you know, I had a visit from someone that told me, should I go into the Guinness Book of World Records because I'm the highest ranking African American in the custom car world. I give life to the cars. So when I see Chris and that team, I just love to be the first, to be one of the first in NASCAR, the first in Indy. And Chris is out there, he's dominating, and Axel looks good. You got to keep the girls away from him.
Terrence, are we ready to cut to Chris?
Where you at, Chris? Hey, Chris.
All right, we're live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Good afternoon, Compton. I'm Chris Miles with Starting Grid, and this is the Gary Community School Corporation. All right, now, the reason we are here is because the Gary Community School Corporation took a field trip over to the Indianapolis Museum, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. Terrence, as you all remember, back in May, it was Axel, Chase, and myself. How many, by a round of applause, how many were a part of the Skype chat back in May? All of y'all are lying. Okay. Well, anyway, we did a Skype chat, so this is a continuation of that. The beautiful thing about the Skype chat we did back then was historic. But now we're taking it just another step further. Why? Because we have Compton and Gary. We both know that these cities have been riddled with what everyone feels is not the best of circumstances. But I'm here to tell you right here, right now, that these kids behind me, and I know the kids that are in that auditorium in Compton, are going to be responsible for changing the game. And that's what we're trying to do, is educate, elevate, stimulate, and motivate, and everybody will follow suit. So with that said, we're happy and proud to be a part of this Skype chat. This is actually, it's more than that. It's a social media event, and this is Social Media Week. So we're here at the Brian Herta Auto Sports facility. They were the 2011 Indianapolis 500 champion, and as you can see in the back, that wonderful blue piece of machinery back there, that is our Indy Lights car. And that is the car that you'll meet Axel once again. Axel Jeffries from Zimbabwe is the driver. And on the rear engine cowling, we actually have represented the Gary Community School Corporation, because we want to make sure that people know that Indiana and the kids from Gary are very, very motivated to join. Further, social media, where does it play? Well, it allowed me back in May to talk to you guys, and it allowed Axel to have access back in Zimbabwe. It's allowed Chase, Austin, to also have access to you guys. The most important thing is we're using social media as a way to educate and stimulate. Unfortunately, we don't get all the same accolades that we want as participants in the world of motorsports. Joe Ellis, who you just spoke with, a dynamic, brilliant engineer. And Joe, unfortunately, has not had the opportunity to be exposed. Well, guess what? We're changing all that. Fortunately, Starting Grid has been associated and aligned with the GT channel, which is YouTube's major and only motorsport network. They have over 400 and some odd thousand subscribers. They have over, what is it, Terrence, 39 million views and only 159 channels that they subscribe to, and Starting Grid is one of them, and we're fortunate enough to be able to showcase Joe Ellis in the very near future. Additionally, social media has been a platform that enables us to showcase people from all over the world. Gugu Zulu is from South Africa. Chop Supika is also from South Africa. We have a young gentleman named Colin Daly, 17 years old. He's from Jamaica that we represent, as well as Axel Jeffries from Zimbabwe, and of course, right here in America, 23-year-old Chase Austin. So social media plays a very relevant component in our business because it enables us autonomy to get our stories out, get our message out, and not have to worry about mainstream media doing that. So it's a very, very vital component for what we do in everyday life. Terrence?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
me? Go
me?
again, Richard.
Can you hear me?
He's muffled. Go ahead.
Ask him, when is he going to be out here?
Good question. The race in Fontana is still a go. It's October 17th through the 19th, and I anticipate being in LA for that. So obviously, Compton, if you would like to have me, I would certainly love to show up. So I need to hear a round of applause that y'all want me there. Don't nobody want me there. Y'all lying.
Not so much you, brother, but certainly the race car.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me, Chris?
See, it's always something. You don't want me, you want the race car. But that's all right. We'll try and work something out.
Hey, Chris, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You tell those kids I love them and I'll see them soon. I'm going to bring myself down to Gary, Indiana, and spend some time with them.
Hey, listen, Joe Ellis, let me explain to the kids. Joe Ellis, who's out there in Compton, he's an engineer, he's an electrical engineer. He is a whiz in putting things together through his wiring. He is a whiz at that. And so Joe, from Gary, his family lives in Gary. He's in Compton right now, but his goal is to do exactly what we're doing here, hiring you guys. He's doing that in Compton. But he said he's going to bring a car. Dr. Pruitt, Joe, and we'll make sure we can make that happen for you, man. I mean, the program is simple. What we're trying to do is give you a level of engagement. Raise your hand, how many was interested in motorsports before today? How many of you are interested in motorsports? The race shop cars, speed? See, so what it is, what we have to get a higher level of engagement. Because just because these kids, they got to see things physically. So social media is going to play a very relevant part in being able to expose us to a certain extent. But the most important thing is we need engagement. Little interest, now have more interest, but we have to get that to a resounding level of interest so that we can spark more. STEM education obviously is all about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but it does not have to involve motorsport. You can do anything. I want you all to realize that science also is biomechanics. So when you look at biomechanics side of motorsport, that's you being a nutritionist, a biologist. When you think about all the race car drivers that are associated, they have a conditioning regimen, they have a nutrition regimen. You guys can be associated with that. For those of you who love math, maybe being associated as an engineer is not your thing. That's okay. But guess what? You can be an accountant for the race teams, the sponsors. You can see how much money comes in and kind of coordinate how much money goes out so that you can look at that level of engagement. Don't think that just because we're here at the race shop that means this is all we want you to become engaged in. It's not. It's more than that. And so our program with the Army Corps of Engineers and the E-Cyber mission is to partner with you. You're going to be the lead on this. So whatever you feel is important that your community needs, we're sure we can use that in regards to Gary. And so we're looking forward to whatever you guys bring to the table.
Chris, can you hear me again?
So, yes.
Chris, the more students are filing in. Tell us a little bit about your racing team. Tell us how fast you go, what the series is, what the colors of the cars is. Give us some of the energy of the whole Indy racing league and how you fit in it and how your team fits in it.
I heard some of it. You were breaking up, Richard Terrence. Perfect. The car behind me, for example, is our Indy Lights car. The Indy Lights car at Indianapolis, where you saw us last, that car can get in a tow. A tow is when a car is falling another, the air is broken up, and so you just have a pocket of air. That can go about 192 miles an hour. At Indianapolis this year, Chase on his own was about 188 miles an hour at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The Indy cars, the big brother, those are 230, 235 mile an hour race cars. Just to say the number, Richard, as you well know, it does not give it justice. Richard has been with me since, what, Richard, 1998, 99 out in Fontana. He got to see this live and direct. And so he knows these cars are much faster in person than what you just talk about, 230 miles an hour. So the car in his current configuration, I don't know how well you can see that. I'm just trying to look here. In his current configuration, it has a much bigger wing, and that's a road course wing, and that will enable us to have much more downforce as we do the road course racing. In the Indy car, when we were at the Freedom 100, we had a less wing. We did not have a higher profile. It was actually much lower so that it can cut through the air, and we want quite a bit of speed to take place. So that's the configuration that we have it in. An Indy car, for example, they can do intermittent changes a lot faster. They do pit stops, they change the tires, they can change the wing if necessary, if it's damaged in a crash. And so the speed and the level of teamwork that needs to take place is very, very high. We, on our level of racing, we do not have to do any pit stops. So all we do is it's what you call a sprint race, for example. There's no pit stops. It's a timed race. And within that duration of time, we can go 100 miles. Every race for us is 100 miles, and that's pretty much a full tank of gas.
Hey, Chris, this is Joe. How many engineering man hours did it take to create your car?
Joe, why you put me on the spot, man? You know I don't know that question. Look, man, keep it simple, dude.
It is a STEM class right now. Come on now. I want a job.
Hey, it's hot in this race shop, boy. They didn't turn the air on for us. I'm trying to look cute and I'm sweating.
You need some scrubs.
Is that?
You need scrubs.
Hey, is there a question in the audience? Let's take one from the audience. Come on. Flip the camera around. Let me see who we working with. You see us, we can't see you. I got
All right, bro, you can hear me.
I'm loaded. Yeah, man, show some love. I don't need to see you.
Here we go.
Ah, well, she looks like a ghost.
Where's the camera at?
Man, don't tear nothing up because we got to keep it Skype going. It's going all over the world.
Okay, can you hear us? Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Do you guys offer any type of internships?
Starting grid? Not presently. Who is that? Who is the young lady?
What's your name?
My name is Vanessa.
Oh, I see her. What's her name?
Vanessa Felix.
Hey, Vanessa. Vanessa, presently we do not have any internships. However, the biggest key is knowing which schools will embrace you and your level of academia, whatever you choose to do. What is your interest of STEM?
Most likely it's science.
Science, perfect. Send her where? They said have her come to Indiana. With science, you gotta. Who? Well, absolutely. The biggest key is identifying what level of science you want to participate in and certainly start to evaluate your options there. But as for Starting Grid, as we continue to grow and blossom, when you graduate college, absolutely. Our internships pretty much are at the level of high school, similar to yours, but pretty much on a local basis. I'm originally from New Albany, Indiana. It's right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. And so I'm an Indiana boy, and so I generally do everything within the state of Indiana presently with anything that we do, but certainly as the years go on, I want you to stay in touch because we should be there when you're ready. Thank you for the question. Perfect.
All right, you got one more question? You got time, Chris?
Yeah, they got time. Come on.
Right. Come on, teach.
Man, that
person what's your name?
My name is Nathan Horsley.
Who is that?
Nathan Horsley. Yes.
Nathan Horsley. How old is Nathan?
I'm 18 years old.
Nathan, dude, are you a baller? You a big boy. I can tell you a big boy here.
No. Yeah, football.
Okay. Okay, Nathan, what's your question?
My question is, what do I have to do as a student expecting to graduate? What do I have to do as a student expecting to graduate this June to participate and work on one of these cars?
Oh, wow. That's a good question.
We'll sneak him in the back cave. Shh. We'll get him in the back cave.
That's a good question.
I'll get him in the back cave, okay?
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. First, we will start with Joe. So definitely hook up with Joe. Secondly, if you're very interested in getting involved in this level of motorsport, now is a perfect time. There's driving schools all across the country that actually have engineering programs where crew members can actually learn how to work on race cars. Jim Russell Racing School, Skip Barber, Bob Bondurant. So there's schools that actually allow the ability to teach individuals how to get involved in that. To just come right off the street, and work on a car like this, unfortunately, you got to have a few years behind you, man, because we got a driver that's got to trust the fact that you know what you're doing, and he's going to be safe around this night. So we just not going to throw you in there just because you want to, but if you work at it, you got an opportunity. Yes, are you ready for it?
Yeah, Axel.
Cool. It's time. All right. Now, man, I'm sweating up in here, boy. Trying to shoot. Shoot, Richard still look clean as me. Look how clean Richard look.
I don't have a white suit on, though, brother.
Okay, gang, listen. Last time we did this, we were on a phone. I think we have a little better reception here to engage Axel. Axel will be competing next week in Houston, Texas, at the Grand Prix of Houston, presented by the Greater Honda Dealers of Houston. And Axel Jeffries is 19 years old. And when we talked about how social media plays a relevant role, I had the ability to see Axel via YouTube. Also, Axel is very prominent on Facebook. He has how many followers? I'll let you tell it. He has quite a bit of followers on Twitter, and so he uses social media as well to bring relevancy, not only for his racing, but also his country. And without further ado, here's Axel Jeffries.
Hello everyone, how you doing?
Yeah. How
Yeah.
dude.
No, thanks for having us. Really appreciate it. Hopefully next time you guys can come to the shop. We've had a pretty good day today. The kids at Gary, we've taken them around. Went to IMA, and been able to see everything. But no, everything's good. Yeah. Chris, I'm sure he's covered most things.
No, so
to sweat a little bit.
Dude, look, I get next to you, boy. Woo, Charlie.
Axel.
So let's get some questions in the audience now in regards to Axel.
Okay, Axel, who are your racing legends? Who are your legends in your way?
More recently, Lewis Hamilton, because obviously while I was racing, he went through probably a lot of the similar being a minority in racing. But before that, when I was growing up, it was Michael Schumacher. He was, I don't know, from a young age, even before he started winning, he was someone that was really professional about motorsport, and he's someone that I looked up to quite a lot, to be honest. And more personally, my father. I've learned a lot from my father growing up, and I still look up to him quite a lot. No, my father doesn't race at all, but he's been by my side throughout my whole career, and he's helped me get me where I am now. Yeah, I started racing when I was 5 years old. He also had a passion for motorsport, so it wasn't just myself that was pushing for it. He was pushing for it, and he's really passionate about it, probably as passionate about it as I am. So as a team, we've been really good together, and I'm happy to say we're still working together, and hopefully we're going to stay together until we make it to the top.
Axel, what is your email address and hashtag so we can follow you?
Okay, my Twitter name is quite simple. It's just Axel Jeffries. It's spelled AXCILJEFFERIES. I mean, it's the same on Facebook. Facebook, it's just Axel Jeffries.
He had wanted to see the audience, and so we can get a chance to turn that around now.
All right.
Can you turn the camera on?
It looks like a packed house.
Yeah.
You guys way to Indiana.
Yeah, no, it looks big.
All right. Hey. There's Compton, y'all.
Compton's in the house.
I'm sorry. Hey, go do it again, Terrence. Do it again. The kids from Gary want to see the kids from Compton.
Hello.
I can't see it.
Hey, T.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. We're going to turn the tables on you all. Essence. Essence from Gary. Essence from Gary has a question for Compton.
So we're like working with this e-cyber mission thing. Like, have you guys come up with a platform for?
So she's. Good question, Essence. All right, we're just curious. Hey, go ahead. Okay.
Class of 1986.
So, yeah, tell her to get closer because we haven't seen her. Where's Rochelle? Dr. Brock.
Oh, okay.
Sonia's up here. So here comes West Side.
Gary, West Side at Compton, baby.
West Side, raise your hand.
West Side. We got West Side in the house.
So,
Miss Sonia, we got West Side in the house.
Yes, sir, you do. West Side all the way.
and we also have Lou Wallace and Ward Emerson. Where's Lou Wallace?
Lou Wallace. And now Emerson.
And it's Emerson? Emerson's mostly outside. Oh, Ward Emerson, they're doing all the videotaping, so. We have a nice contingent of students here representing Gary.
She's got nothing but your head. They got nothing but your head in there.
Oh.
There you go.
Representing well. I'm very proud of you all and your efforts, and I thank you all for joining in on this cyber mission. Compton High School just getting started with their new programs out there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mount, can you repeat that again because you were breaking up a little bit? So you said, what is it that Compton's working on?
Their students were working on the greening of Compton Creek, which runs through their community.
The greening of Compton Creek, okay.
That is an ecological study to help them get a better grasp of the watersheds and making sure that the soft bottom creek that Compton stays in its natural state.
So basically it's the watershed going through Compton, which today is currently polluted with a lot of trash. They've done a coastal cleanup day, they worked with the Bay, they had the city of Compton here, talking about ways to make it more sustainable. The biggest issue they identified was trash and then particular chemical things that were in the environment as well.
So what we're looking for is for you all to share knowledge with each other. The Social Media Week is a bridge showing each community that we all have our unique challenges. We have our own economic issues and problems, but we still have a fertile ground of minds that need to see their future.
So it's all about collaboration. So basically, you figure out your platform, they can share their platform, and one of the things that we have to do, Joe, Chris, Richard, myself, we need to provide this communication bridge on a more regular basis so it doesn't end here with Social Media Week.
Agreed. Miss Sonia, being from Gary, the first thing these kids want to do is actually get out of Gary. Explain to them. No, it's real. It's true. It's true. Explain to them, though, the significance of why they're actually here, because you're responsible for initiating the dialogue to get started so that you could come back and serve your own community. Yes, you live in LA and Compton at the present time, but your goal was to make sure you could be engaged with Gary. Share with these kids who right now feel that they need to leave, give them a reason why they need to stay.
Can they hear me? Okay. It is an honor first of all, to say that I am giving something back substantial to the neighborhoods that I grew up in. When I was their age, I thought about leaving Gary a lot as well.
Yeah. She's breaking up, so lower the mic.
Okay. As I left,
There.
my travels took me around the world. My education took me around the world. But as I traveled and stayed among those communities, I missed home. I missed my mother. I missed my friends. I missed cutting through the fence at Westside High School and watching my friends play football and sneaking into the basketball games. Those things never change for you. It is part of who you inherently are. Home is what makes you want to do better. My advice is follow your dreams, but never let it stop the connection. If you cannot be at home with the thing that you desire, find a way to bring it back, just as I've done with this program. I come to Gary at least every 2 years. I usually go to the West Side Picnic at the end of the summer. And I network with friends from Gary on a daily basis with social media. Those connections make me stay rooted and grounded and continue to try to strive to be a motivational piece for my sisters and brothers in Gary, Indiana. So that is the thing that I would like for them to take away with this. Have a wonderful career. Have a wonderful aspect for your life. Use science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics as a road. But never let that road keep you from returning around and giving something back with it.
Perfect. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's hometown, y'all. She's inspiring you to stay. Get motivated. All right, here we go. Yes.
We're going to get a teacher from here.
Miss Holloway. Do you want to do it from here, Terrence, or you want to bring her here?
To Compton High School. She's the reason that we're here and doing what we do. So in the House for Compton, thank you to Dr. Holloway, because she's the reason that we're all here to pull us together. And in Gary, Indiana, y'all need to know Miss Holloway.
Very good. Miss Holloway, if you keep the mic just a little bit lower, right, probably, let's start there. No, that's too low. Right there, let's start there.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hello? No, come bring it up.
Okay, hello?
Right there.
Hello? Echo, echo. Smile,
She's not even.
Hello? There you go. Okay.
All right, now tell her to bring it down, Terrence.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? What time is it there? Is it 8 o'clock in the morning?
No, they've been on the road since about 7 o'clock this morning.
Oh.
It's what, quarter after 4 here.
Oh my goodness, you guys look sleepy. You guys having
So
fun out there?
They're tired.
Thank you for
the
getting and
motivation
doing
level
this.
has dropped a little bit.
Yes, I totally understand. We're just after lunch and we're bringing the kids back in. Thank you for taking the time out to do this and having the conversation with us. This is totally awesome for us to be able to connect your kids with our kids so they can see what goes on somewhere else.
Go again. She's breaking up. Terrence.
We're breaking up.
Are you still? Can I hear? Okay.
Okay. The whole reason
Bring the mic down because it pops for us. Try to go there.
Okay. Hello? The whole reason why we're doing this is because we have kids that are interested in engineering. And one of the things that happened was my student asked me last year, said, why we don't have an engineering club? And I said, I don't know. Let's try to get one. And so now we're here at this stage. Uh-oh, we lost the whole thing.
We're still broadcasting though. So you were still broadcasting to the world.
Oh, I'm still broadcasting to the world. Hi, world.
What's happening, world, is we are connecting with our good friend Chris Miles in Indianapolis. He runs a race team there called Starting Grid. It's a revolutionary race team in that it's minority owned. The driver is a young, phenomenal driver from Zimbabwe. named Axel Jeffries. And so Chris has a STEM class in front of them, looking to greet their colleagues, fellow students in Compton. And so this is what's happening. The Skype part of the production that connects him with us is down right now. However, the whole World Wide Web social media part of our production is still going on. So Dr. Holloway here is still going on. Yes, are you operating?
So hello everybody, and this is a great opportunity. And I have an individual here that I would like to bring on to talk with me because he is the inspiration for what's going on. A lot of things that happen in the classroom happen because everything that happens in the classroom happens because of a student. It happens because of an interesting question. It happens because of some knowledge. And Jalen last year said, we need an engineering class. I want an engineering class. I've seen Jalen riding up and down the street on his motorbike, talking about how he's going to trick it out and what he's going to do with it. Sure. So now I'm bringing Jalen over here so he can let you know, and we can talk to him too. Come on, Jalen. You love me. Come here, baby. You in front of the camera. Turn this way. Turn this way. So, what do you like about cars?
I just like to drive them.
Why?
Need for speed.
He has a need for speed, ladies and gentlemen, a need for speed. Okay? And so what got you into cars?
My dad, he builds race cars and races, street race. So.
Street races.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was your first opportunity and where did you come into contact with him? I know your dad, but how old were you?
Probably like 12, I got interested in it. Really? Yeah.
Did he let you wrench on it, or did he like say, no, stand back and watch?
I was just watching.
You was just watching? Yeah. So when did you start actually doing it yourself?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Not at all? Oh, okay. You haven't moved on to cars. Okay. So now we're back on the other side, which is behind us. But we're going to keep going. Okay. And so now we're going to introduce Jalen to you guys out there.
Yes.
Dr. Holloway and Jalen.
Right.
16. I actually take my behind the wheel.
There it is.
How did the program work? Like,
So go again, Terrence. You broke up. Talk about how the what? Gotcha. The way the STEM platform works for us is, again, it's a level engagement. Fortunately enough, I've been endorsed for the past 3 years by American Honda, and American Honda has been our financier for our diversity motorsport initiatives. With that, that has enabled us the ability to have on-track participation. We've been able to have African-American driver Chase Austin, Zimbabwe driver Axel Jeffries. We've also had Wyatt Gooden. Wyatt Gooden's another American driver from Cleveland. He actually is the only driver to have won for me in actual Honda power. So Wyatt Gooden is another star. We have David Sims Jr., who is a go-karter out in California. He's 12 years old. And so American Honda has enabled me the ability to provide opportunities for drivers that they really have not had in the past. Myself was a driver. Didn't have the opportunities of an American Honda, of a starting grid to assist me. It was all on my own. So how we've been able to elevate the STEM platform is take advantage of what the motorsport science has for us to be able to be a level of engagement, what I call a conduit of engagement. It allows you to see us, be inspired, be motivated, be engaged with what we're trying to do and figure out, like you just want to, be a part of our program. So the STEM platform that we're using is, I'm just using motorsport science. Everything that goes on in the world today is applied within motorsport. And so when you look at the space program, unfortunately our space program is no longer as prominent or as prevalent as it used to be. You used to be able to grow up and aspire to be an astronaut. Well, that's not the case. But guess what? You could grow up and aspire to be a race car driver, or you could grow up and aspire to be a mechanic or an engineer or anyone associated in the motorsports world. So all I'm doing with Starting Grid is providing that conduit of engagement, allowing you the ability to see what's available to you. All of this is available. Right now the kids are seeing the car firsthand. We wanted to get them up. It's been a long day, but now we're giving them another level of engagement that they can sit there and figure out, is this what I want to be a part of? Prime example, at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the very first race car, the Mormon Wasp, number 32, won the race in 1911. It sits right next to the Honda Delar car that won in 2011, which is this race team right here, Brian Herta Autosport, won that. And you get to see the difference in technology, the difference in engineering. You can see what's transpired over the years to make that car go from 75-mile-an-hour race winner to a 230-mile-an-hour race car. So all we're doing is providing a level of engagement that hopefully gets you motivated and inspired to be associated with the STEM sciences. Well, I mean, Brian Herta is a race-winning team. This organization right here is a race-winning team. They won the Indianapolis 500. There's only been 98 Indianapolis 500s, and they won one. So for us to have an association with them, we're not here just for giggles. We're here because we actually compete with Brian Herta in the Indy Lights Championship, and we're proud to have that association. Brian also is a Honda team, so their IndyCar platform is associated with Honda as well. So that enables us the ability to lengthen and strengthen our relationship, not only with Honda, but also as we continue to develop drivers and whomever else, they can have a level of participation with this team if necessary. You know what? I'm not going to lie. That is the most difficult aspect of our business. I personally started out as a driver, and I had support from my family, and then from my family, I also had support from some companies who knew me and so forth. It is a very pricey project. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not that easy to do. However, there are levels of racing that you can participate in that will not squeeze your budget. But to get in our level of racing, the IndyCar level of racing, you first have to start out in go-karts at a very young age. I personally did not start. I first got into a race car to really, truly get in racing when I was 21 years old. So that's when I first started. But Axel, he's 19, and he's been racing for 14 years. So obviously, if you started today, you're going to be behind the curve of Axel when you were to get up on the racetrack with him. So it really starts at a young age. But again, there's local short tracks. There's all kind of things that you can do. You can get into go-karting. There's various disciplines that you can be a participant of that would give you that level of engagement as far as being a race car driver. But you got to start at a very young age.
There is one track in Riverside, an African American owned track called Adams Motorsports. Adams Motorsports.
I know it well.
Park.
Troy's my boy.
So and Chris knows Troy, but at Adams Motorsports Park, you can get
Is
behind
Troy
the
there?
wheel of a cart. It's there. You could go tomorrow, even without your license.
Say it again.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I didn't hear the back end. Man, is it over? Here, Rochelle.
Yeah,
Here.
actually, we're about to take a 2.5-hour drive back up to Gary, put our kids back on the bus. So I'm going to bring them back up here to say goodbye to Compton.
Please do. Please do.
Gary, Gary, come back up. We want to say goodbye.
So
We're going to leave in about 5
come and
minutes.
say
Just
goodbye to
come
you
up,
guys here in Compton.
give a shout out. Just
Flow through. Compton in the house.
So Compton
It's
High.
Gary rising up. Y'all wave. Don't be scared. They can't see.
wave. Bye. California.
That's Compton right there.
Compton, say goodbye to Gary.
Compton, can you go? Bye.
Okay.
Thank you guys very much.
We're going to continue this.
No problem.
You
They can
guys
go
can
back.
start getting on your bus, okay? So we can go ahead and get home.
2 seconds, Terrence. 2 seconds. I'm going to mute you, okay? 2 seconds.
Okay.
I'm getting him over to the car.
Okay. I can't. Go again. Any last words? Hold for it. Hey, let's try and do it quiet. Go again, Terrence. Oh, first and foremost, we appreciate the opportunity of allowing us to piggyback on your social media event in LA. Social Media Week, Indy Compton is a tremendous opportunity not only for us, but also for you guys. Be inspired. There's not too many opportunities that come along in life that can be inspiring. I'm sure you got excited about seeing the race car. Do not let that inspire you. Let Joe Ellis inspire you. This is a guy who every single day has just wanted to do one thing, and that's make a car better. And so be inspired by him. He's right there. You can touch him, you can see him, you can do everything right there in Compton with Joe Ellis. Make sure that you follow Axel Jeffries. Follow Chase Austin. For those of you with Twitter, Chase is at Chase Austin, IN111. Follow him. Let people know that you all are actually inspired and engaged to be associated with the motorsports world, and at least follow us, because this is what Social Media Week is all about. Being able to show how social media enables us to have access, what we call a touch point. For me to be in Indianapolis, standing in this race shop right here, and speaking to you guys in Compton, what a blessing. So I want you guys to be inspired. I want you guys to be motivated, but be inspired and motivated for the right things. Be inspired and motivated to change your community. Be inspired and motivated to change your community to where someone else will be inspired to change theirs. Here in Gary, they're going to do everything they can. Again, I'm from New Albany, Indiana, right across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. My business is in Indianapolis. But the fact of the matter is, everything that I do, I try and inspire with whatever empowerment has been given to me, and that's all I can do. So through Terrence, through Richard, certainly continue to stay engaged with them. We look forward to working with you guys in the future. We appreciate Ms. Sonia to develop this opportunity for us through the Army Corps of Engineers eCyber program, eCyber mission program. So look at us now. Next week, let me do a plug. Next week on NBC Sports, not NBC, but NBC Sports, our race will be on. You'll see Axel driving the car number 28, and it'll be on 4 o'clock on NBC Sports on Sunday, October 6th. So Sunday, October 6th. But outside of that, we just thank you for the opportunity to meet all of you once again. And I just look forward to whatever engagement we have to be able to inspire the next generation of young people to be associated with the STEM sciences and prove President Obama right that underprivileged and underserved communities can rise up and be bigger than, better than most people give us credit for. So with that, God bless. I look forward to talking to you guys soon, and we'll see you.
Thanks, Matt. See you later. Testing. Compton High, that was Chris Miles with Starting Grid Racing. Starting Grid runs an Indy car, Indy Light car, number 28. And the drivers are Chase Austin and Axel Jeffries. And Axel Jeffries is the fellow that's from Zimbabwe. It's an exciting series, an exciting time, and he will be out here, he hopes, in October at Fontana. So look out for him, be involved. It's somebody that you can root for. But meanwhile, we have another hero, another stalwart, Give me some money. This is Joe Ellis. Joe Ellis is known more nationally than he's known here in his own area. You didn't get a chance to see the video about Joe. We might run it again, actually. And should we do that first, or? Yeah, let's run that video so they can understand a little bit more about what Joe does. You'll appreciate this. You might as well say hi while they're kidding.
Hello, you guys. There's an old saying that you never judge a book by its cover. If I'm not that case, I don't know one that is. Look at me. I stand in front of you in Dr. Scrubs. I do it because I don't want to pay for anybody's paint job while I'm working on their cars, to be honest with you. But I have a machine in my body that operates everything on this side of my body. Everything from here down, I have a machine in my body. So if I can do what I do, what you're going to see on this screen, you have no excuse. You all will succeed. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. Is this one?
Maybe this. Is this one better? It'd probably be best if you look at one of the videos. I'll tell you what, there are quite a few cars that are on the show, West Coast Customs. I haven't done overhauling. I've done some shows on Discovery Channels. But some of the most beautiful cars in the world have been brought to life by me. What you're looking at here now will be a car that I did in Mexico City, Mexico. Take a look. West Coast Customs. I haven't done overhauling. I've done some shows on Discovery Channels. But some of the most beautiful cars in the world have been brought to life by me. What you're looking at here now will be a car that I did in Mexico City, Mexico. Take a look.
After a long week of work with good friends, we'll see us at Compton, Compton, Mexico City. A year from now.
Compton,
hello.
Compton, this is Joe Ellis.
At the end of that video, you see that car there? You see that car there? That is a $200,000 Mustang that did not make it here today. I owe you guys, Compton. I owe you big time, and I will bring it with a few more cars later. My tow had a problem with his tow truck. Now, if you looked at that video, you had a couple of things that you probably never seen before. An African American in Mexico City building cars. That's never been done before. Pardon me?
Mexico?
That was Mexico City, Mexico. That car is owned by the company La Costeña Foods. Just like West Coast Customs, just like the America's Most Beautiful Roadster and a few airplanes, I bring them life. I wear these scrubs. They're not here just for jokes. I really bring life to cars. I've been called the maestro. What's my new name? Will you help me? I have like every name in the book. I've been called a few bad ones too. But under my belt, I have 2 cars in Mexico, 1939 Fords with Ferrari motors in them. How do you bring it to life? What you just watched here in 8 minutes with STEM come to life. Like some people preach the Bible, I live the Bible. I am STEM. I'm not, you can't. I mean, if you think about it, I come from playing a violin to fixing go-karts, motorcycles, played around with a few airplanes. I think I have a couple of parts on the Endeavor when I was 19 years old, so that says a lot. I'm 50. So how does one take all this and do something like that? Well, that's what STEM is. Sometimes I would have to say my cars are 25% art, another 25%, I would say there is a small bit of engineering because I just do whatever I want to do. Can you imagine somebody giving you a checkbook and say, I'm not going to pay you, but you can do anything you want with my car. That's what I get to do every day. So you have to, I'm kind of twisted here in a conversation that we had a child that came to his teacher and said that, why don't we have STEM at Compton? Then we get on a simulcast, and then he says, how can I get in that car? And he says, it's hard. Well, it's hard for me to wake up every day. Every day of my life I wake up, I'm in pain. I'm in pain right now standing in front of you. I actually build these cars, and I use a wheelchair, believe it or not. So in front of you, I want to be careful with this. I want you to get as much education as possible. Get it from me, get it from any of these panelists, anywhere you can, even through social media, because it helped me. When I played a game at home, it was Atari or Pac-Man. I didn't have no hashtags. You had to get mine from books. And I had to actually study, because now that I am 50, everything that I learned in my entire life comes to build those cars. I mean, you cannot, it's not just electrical, it's not just mechanical, it's actually STEM. Go ahead.
Joe, where is your shop?
It's a hidden back cave. I can't tell you. If I do, I'm gonna have to kill you.
Have to kill.
I'll tell you, I have a hidden building here that has about $1 million worth of cars in it, and there's only 6 of them in there. That says a lot. It is a very private building. I don't come out to the public. This is the very first time I've been seen out of the public. And I'm here for you. So to that child that said that he wanted to go real fast, you need to find out who Joe Ellis is. Because I'm in Compton now, and I'm not going anywhere. Ask Maxine Waters' group over there. I have built some of the fastest cars in the world. My cars aren't on any racetrack. They're in somebody's garage. I'm telling you, whoever that, I cannot find that child, but his teacher, dude, you have an invite to my back cave. I'm going to take you to my back cave, but you got to wear blindfolds. Okay. All right, go ahead.
And you, at some point, working with the teachers, you will find a way to get that car here so that they can see it, the one that was missing for today.
Now, this would be a stretch, but it'll be a great stretch. Under my belt is 43 cars. Some you've seen on TV, some are the most beautiful cars in the world. I'll bring 5. I'll bring 5, and I'll honor you guys. You'll have 5 cars from me. Let's see if I can bring you some gifts and some people here, but I will bring some cars out here.
Joe, we need your comments on some other parts of our session today. Right now, I want you to join with me in welcoming Upfest. Did I say that correctly? Where? But there he is.
Oh, Mr. Tony Muhammad. My goodness, we have a friend, Skilo, together.
Right.
Could you stay here? Joe Ellis? All right.
Do you want to introduce?
Could you? You could introduce them. Yes. You've been doing all day. Yes, brilliantly. Now I can't do better than Richard Gere.
Minister Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Here we are at Social Media Week, which is Hollywood's opening to the world, social media-wise. We thought that we would come to Compton High School for our portion of it, to let the World Wide Web understand who we are and why, what we have to offer. Now, sir, it is your turn. we would like for you, please, to introduce yourself, your work, your understanding of Compton and a way to approach life and the world. Wow. Can we have that for you, sir?
Thank you. Wow, that's big. Well, first of all, giving honor to the creator of all things and thanking him for all of the righteous servants who've ever come in a line of divine. We couldn't thank the creator enough for not one of their servants. I say that to say that I'm honored to be here in the great city of Compton, California, and I'm honored to be here with the biking community, the low-riding community, and those of us who call ourselves peacemakers, because there's another part of Compton that the world should get to know, because Compton ain't all about what people rap about or sing about. Compton is a great place to be because from Compton, California, we have embarked on a peace movement now that the whole world is taking notice of in the form of monthly peace rides, where we have assembled together groups that I was told that would never come together, sports bikes, cruisers called Harley Davidsons, the low-riding community. These communities who were somewhat separate have been called to a cause because we are tired and sick and tired of hearing and seeing our mothers cry at the loss of our children. And so therefore we are a group that ain't calling on government to do for us what our unity can do. And so you have black bikers, you have Latino bikers, we have white bikers, we have Latino lowriders, we have white lowriders, we have black, all coming together starting in Compton, California. And we have been doing monthly peace rides for at least 12 months. And everywhere we have gone with these peace rides, crime dropped at least 20 to 30% in most of the areas that we go, showing the homies that we didn't come to look and talk down on our youth, to tell them what they're not. We came because we are part of the problem. We helped to tear it up. So we're going to help to rebuild what we helped to tear up, and we're not going to have no tell me education, no tell me religion. We have a show me movement. So we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to come to you. We're going to come to our community and grab the youngsters, grab the homies in a display of unity that they've never seen before. And in July at Magic Johnson's Park, we had over 10,000 people at that park, where we showed pictures of the 25,000 black and Latinos who in 15 years we murdered. 25,000. And oftentimes when others come in our community to kill us, we can sing the slogans, no justice, no peace, but where are the slogans when we do it to each other? And that's the kind of movement we embarked on. And I'm telling you, I couldn't have done this without the low-riding community, without the bikers, without the other religious groups. And I'm telling you, we're doing it in Compton, and we've been doing it for so long and so strong that now Chicago is asking us to come to Chicago. So next year, the bikers and the lowriders family, we're riding from Compton all the way to Chicago, picking up bikers, picking up lowriders. And when we get to Chicago, we expect to be over 100,000 deep, bringing peace to the street and authentic lowriders and bikers all the way from Cali. From Cali to Chicago. So we want to introduce a new Compton. We want to introduce a new image coming out of Compton. We want to introduce the sun is rising from the west in the last day, so we want to bring some kind of peace resolve. We ain't trying to stop nothing. We trying to start something. What are we starting? A peace movement. So that's why I'm here today. And every time we ride, we stop at a park and we have a day of edutainment, where we educate and entertain the homies and entertain our people at the same time. We're at a park where normally black and brown don't come. We make that park safe on that Sunday where our babies can come out. All the rappers who rap have to rap about what we're riding about. All the singers who sing have to sing about what we're riding about. And those who are educating, we don't talk down on the youth. We show them what to do. We bring business people to them. We bring literacy programs. We bring to them how to come out of gangs without losing favor with the homies. So that's what we're about, you know, and I'm honored. I'm honored to be here doing it right in Compton, at Compton High School, one of the greatest high schools I know on the planet.
Sir, can you introduce the people that are with you?
I certainly shall. I don't know this queen. Your name?
Arnesia Williams. I'm with the U.S. My name is Arnesia Williams. I'm with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. I am a civil engineer, and I work as a value engineering specialist.
Beautiful.
Dr. Copeland, I am education advisor to Tina Speaks, and I also work with the Peace Rights.
I'm Andre Pearson, better known as Big Dre, from the National Lowrider Association, Vice President.
I am Pastor Powell, called the Destiny Motorcycle Ministries, also part of the United in Peace Foundation, and I also pastor clubs from San Diego all the way to Fresno.
I'm Mystery. I'm the road captain for the United in Peace organization. And as you know, I'm Tina Michelle, and these are my guests today for Compton. I'm very excited that they were able to come today. When we had them on the show, I think we almost all cried when we realized we're on the same mission to save our children, to instill legacy in the next generation so that their future is actually aligned with something that is focused on purpose. In this day and age, it's very difficult for me to look in the eyes of a child and say, do well, without giving them resources so they can be well every single day. And these organizations coming together are committed to that, showing that you don't have to be corny, right? You don't have to be pointing a finger, that we can ride with you, we can be with you, we can support you, and we are committed to you for everything that you want to do. So we are grateful that the students of Compton High School have received us today, and that we're able to share this experience with all the people who have come together, the panel, Mr. Richard Gant, Dakar Foundation, so that we may be able to be connected to you. We are not separated from you. We are there with you because we've been where you are. So thank you very much.
Tina, can your panel speak a little bit on, from their perspective, what Social Media Week can mean and does mean?
Wow. Well, right now, I'll tell you, what social media means is that from Compton, you can tap into China, you can tap into Russia, you can tap into Africa, you can tap into the Isles of the Pacific. You're not just relegated to a corner in Compton, but through social media, you can reach the world. And now, worldwide movements are starting as a result of a few people having courage in any corner of the world, but now social media can get your story out without someone else taking from your taking from your originality. You can take your cell phone and talk to the world. You know, they say in the church that Jesus had the whole world in his hand. Well, if you got a cell phone, you got the whole world in your hand. And you can talk to the world and you can put out who you are. You want to be a star? Hey, put it out on the social media. And that's what this movement is doing. When we have these peace rides, now it went out throughout the whole world, and bikers from around the world want to have peace rides in their cities. That's how powerful social media is. For you are the future, and with modern equipment, you can go anywhere, anytime you want using social media. So I'm hoping we'll use it to project that which is positive and great about us. So that's what the social media can bring to you as well as the world.
Thank you so much. Here at Compton High School, it's all about the greening of the River Compton, the cleaning up of the river, the understanding of what problems it brings if the river doesn't live and exist in the way it should be. So from your vantage point, panel, and the work that you do, how does the greening of the river, small project but of huge implications for Compton, how does that impact the work that you do?
As an educator, we're always listening and looking for students who are willing to improve their environment. So the work that I do is inspiring young people to do whatever it is to help their environment, to clean their environment, and then also to make the world better for the future. So by cleaning the river and making sure the water is clear and getting all the trash out, that's helping the ecosystem. It's also helping the environment, and it also helps you when you work alongside of those who live with you, because if you have a stake in your community and you have responsibility of taking care of it, then you feel more proud in what it, in your environment and where you live. And I also wanted to say about social media, as Tony Muhammad was speaking, I thought about the two words, the great equalizer. And that's what also social media is. It puts you on the playing level so that you will not have any excuse to not to be and not to do whatever it is that you want to do and be.
And if we could hear from the civil engineer on these questions.
Well, one of my tasks with the Corps of Engineers is restoration. We want to restore the ecological systems, we want to restore our communities, we want to restore so that our public outlook is greater, is brighter, and that we can function more as a community as a whole, whether it's Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County. But Compton Creek specifically, we want to restore Compton Creek, get the trash out, get the debris out, and allow it to function as it was built to do. You know,
it can go back to being a river.
So exactly, exactly. And as she stated, when you have an area that you're proud of, that's clean, that gives you a better outlook on life, and allows you to have a more positive community. Do you understand? Like
I absolutely do. And to the instructor's point, it allows you to look at yourself as a citizen of the world.
Right.
You have responsibility so that when you can see other movements, you can see the connections. Can we hear from the bikers and the lowriders? Just to hear what they have to say and what they're about, I think is going to be wonderful.
Well, I'm Mystery, and I'm the road captain for the event. But Compton means that you can't do a big project until you've done a little one. So what we do here is amplified. It will be amplified on a larger scale. So that's it. Cleaning, restoration, it'll be done.
As I was listening to everyone, I'm listening to the youth that are sitting over here to my left, and I've heard some comments. And the thing that gets me about everything that everyone at this panel does is we're unified for the betterment of our youth. Our vision is to see areas that are not so safe to become safe. To be able to take social media and make a definite change. There's a word that I like to use every now and then when I'm ministering the Word of God, and it's called vicissitudes. It's a condition or a circumstance that changes your life permanently. Either it be good or it be bad, but it changes your life. And our purpose is to change your life permanently for the good. The thing that hit me, and then I'll stop. It's a bad thing to give a preacher a microphone. You don't want to do that. The Word of God says, Jesus said it like this. He says, the thief cometh but to kill, steal, and destroy. But he said, I have come that you might have life and have that life more abundantly. And that word abundantly in the Greek means with an advantage. So we've come that you might have an abundant life, a safe life, a fulfilled life, a life with purpose, and a life with a future. And I'm done.
He always does that to me. Well, I'm Andre, and I'm also a longtime member of the Individuals Worldwide Car Club. Being a part of the National Lowrider Association and social media means that we are able to broadcast all over the world the peace and the unity that we bring as a lowriding community. And I don't like really say community because we're a family. We have over 27, approximately 30 clubs in the National Lowrider Association, black, white, Hispanic. We even got some Armenians. So yeah, we do. That's good. So they're out of North Hollywood. So what we do is we put together peace, and we feed the homeless, we clean up places, and we would like to be a part. I'm quite sure I speak for my president and my CEO, Dwight and Corey, Sebo and Big Dwight, that I think we would like to be a part of the keeping the Compton Creek green. Is that what it's called? The greening of Compton Creek. I think that I can speak for them that we would like to be a part of that. We have a lot on our plate, but we would like to dedicate some of our time and some of our manpower to help you guys. And with that, I would like to say that social media just gets out all over the world, and we have approximately 4 states and another country trying to start a National Lowrider Association just on what they see on our Facebook page, which is the Los Angeles National Lowrider Association, and just like pictures and us feeding the homeless and cleaning up the parks and just stuff we do that gets out worldwide. So social media is very good, and we love it, and we tend to stay on Facebook and everything else. That's what we use it for. Thank you.
I wasn't shutting you up. In closing thoughts for just about that specific question, for those of us who are in the media, such as you and I, Mr. Gant, I feel that we have a social responsibility to be able to actually uphold what media was created for, especially journalism, which is fair reporting and accurate reporting and storytelling. Wow. Up until now, we have not been able to manage our own brand. And I believe that social media has given us an opportunity, at least with our organization, Teen Michelle International, UpFest, to reestablish or to reinvent or recreate the brand that we would like to see represent us in community. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that I do not have to wait for someone to approve my story before it goes out. That's what social media is about. I was reporting in terrestrial radio during 9/11, and I must have had 80 do not reports before I could report. Our media was more censored than any place I've ever seen, and these were things that would actually affect New York City, where I was at the time living. And for me to be able to work on social media and know that at a click of a button all week we've been doing social media, real social, real hope, real action now. So at the click of a button we can get our influence out to 6.2 million people who are partnered directly with our organization and get the right story, the true story, and give people the opportunity to tell their own story. And let people, the public, make their own decision. That's huge, it's phenomenal, and it's a viral impact. So what we need to do, as Mr. Kevin Clark here fought an uphill battle, making sure that we are present in the social media world for Social Media Week, is make sure that we are socially responsible. In other words, we are able to respond to everything that comes to us in the area of media, lifestyle, branding, culture, so that we are representing ourselves and not waiting for someone to represent us.
Earlier, before this class grouping came in, we heard from the Chief Information Officer for the LA Unified School District, and he is responsible for putting the new technologies into the classroom and feeding the electronic system that makes up the Los Angeles Unified School District. And he's talking about the amount of laptops, what was it? The amount of iPads that he has bought for the students there, some 30,000 or something or other that's getting ready to be put on them. And he also talked about digital stewardship, the kind of attitudes that we want the students to display, that we are to help with, that allows for handling things in a proper way, handling things in ways that makes for a good future, a good presence. I think all of that is very important. So, given what the Chief Information Officer talked about, given where you sit, you panel, a panel who is bound and determined to make a difference. Here we go. These students are anywhere from 15 to 18 years old. 20 years from now, you're going to think for them. 20 years from now, they'll be 38. They'll be approaching the primes of their lives. What if you had a choice about where this world would be and could think about it honestly? 20 years from now, with all of the wants and desires that you can imagine, what would it be like? What would it be like? Mr. Lowrider. Now, you are very involved in the present, we know. 20 years from now.
20 years from now, I would like to see, just like auto mechanics, I would like to see hydraulics being built by students. Like, what's his name, Joe Ellis just left. He had the students building cars. I would like to see that in every school in the Compton Unified School District, LA, all over the world, to show them the low-riding culture and lifestyle and how we brought peace through building our cars. Because I've had Hispanics work on my cars. I have had every race work on my cars. And I would like to show that I want my own TV show about low riding. I'm going to keep it 100. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I would like to see. I would like to see 20 years from now a class that you can sign up for, low riding 101.
To the minister, yes.
Yes, sir.
The future, 20 years from now.
The future, 20 years from now. Yeah, but we'd be pretty close, though. My thoughts 20 years for the youth of today are that they have purpose, promise, great potential, and then be able to be so educated that they can move into the areas of their desires, that they would take advantage to every opportunity today to make 20 years from now possible.
Um, 20 years from now, I'm a biker, so I think everybody should ride bikes. It's cleaner, it's more economical, save you money. It's green, so we start here. But 20 years from now, I would love to see more ladies riding. I would like for ladies to be responsible and realize that, and the guys too, to realize that the world is bigger than just right here. You can go anywhere you want. We can go skiing. We can do lots of things. And I would like for you guys just to realize that there's a tomorrow after today. Whatever you're mad about today, you're not going to feel that way next week, let alone 20 years from now. So just think that tomorrow is coming, and it's bigger, so much bigger than what you see every day. That's why they're on you to read. Look at books, look at pictures, look at where you can go. You can low ride, you can ride a bike, you can fly. It's possible, it's there, it's attainable, but not if you don't do it. You got to do it.
I want to take the time to tell you guys that I have a 27-year-old daughter, and I raised her every year of her life. And girls can do everything we can do, but better. And hey, can't hate the player, hate the game, you know. I have been around a little bit more than most. I've been to foreign countries. And you say we don't make a difference, you guys, but take a trip to Japan lately, you would think you're in the middle of an old Ski-Lo, Dr. Dre video. They really mimic everything that we do today, everything. They actually are stuck in the 80s. In Mexico City, I seen a deuce and a quarter on 20-inch wheels. I said in Mexico City, okay? So I came out of the wheelchair and told my Lord and Savior that I was going to change the world one wire at a time. So in 20 years from now, I would love it to where black and brown is one. Matter of fact, this is one voice. Car builders, car culture has one voice. We all say one thing, car. That's all I want to say.
Okay, we have 1 minute, and we have to hear from you, Madam.
Yes, just real quick. I'm going to speak personally and professionally, but professionally, I would like to see more Latinos and black engineers, more female in the engineering industry and technology industry. I go to work, and it's only 2 of us, so I would definitely love to see more black, more Latino engineers working in technology, mechanics, technicians, and so that's what I like to see professionally. But personally, I would like to see us help one another. I actually was in a national pageant and went to West Africa, to Gambia, and just being over there helping, taking books and helping out socially was the greatest impact of my life. So get out, see the world, help others, and just be kind. And as she was saying, remember there's tomorrow, so think about your future.
Minister, the last word is yours.
Well, thank you. Well, I mean, 20 years from now, it'd be based on what we do today. In 20 years from now, what I see is a world of no more war. Nobody's hungry. Nobody's out of doors. What I see 20 years from now is there are no demographics. We have no borders. All borders. God didn't set this world up to have borders where people can run a can't have on you. I see a world where black, white, brown, red, and yellow, we see ourselves as one people because we come from one God. And your generation can do that because you've already begun doing it. So that's what I see 20 years from now.
Thank you. We have to go outside and see cars. Is that correct? All right, the teachers, are we prepared for all of this?
Can we tell them we have a ride this Sunday? We're riding this Sunday for peace. We want you to come to Magic Johnson's Park. We're going to ride from Magic Johnson's Park all the way over to Baldwin Hills, Crenshaw Mall. There's a group called Anew. They was just on the X Factor. If you saw the X Factor, they've been a part of the Peace Rides, and as a result of the Peace Rides, they got on X Factor. So they're going to perform at the mall at 3 o'clock. So I want everybody from Compton to come be with us.
I have one final question. Minister, what do you ride in?
Well, thank you. Well, I ride everything. I ride sports bike, I ride Harleys, and then I hit them switches. In fact, I'm going to go outside and hit some switches in my suit. And I'm having a lowrider by Brother Dre. They're building a lowrider for me right now. So look to see me doing a 3-wheel in Compton, all right? Don't get it twisted.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Outside, everybody. So, Terrence,